Hello students, myself Professor Suresh Asbe from SDSM Junior College Palghar welcomes you all. Today we are discussing about the topic wave optics. Up to this lecture we have discussed about the different concepts in this wave optics there. To the last lecture we have discussed about the theory of interference pattern. In that one we have discussed about the expression for fringe width. Now second point from this theory of interference pattern there, that is intensity distribution in interference pattern. Now look at the diagram there, the same diagram that we have studied, that we have discussed in a interference pattern. Now let us calculate intensity at point P on the screen where the phase difference of the two waves is phi. Therefore, the equations of the two waves coming from S1 and S2 at point P on the screen are, that means as we have discussed there, the light from S1 and S2 meet at the point P and therefore interference pattern takes place at point P. What is the intensity at point P there, that we have to study there, and for that one we have to consider about the equations of the waves. Now look at the equations there. Equation of the wave starting from S1 is E1 is equal to E0 sine omega t, and equation of the wave starting from the point S2 is E2 is equal to E0 sine omega t plus phi, where phi is nothing but the phase difference between these two light waves are there. Okay, now if we observe these equations are there, E0 is common for both of them and this equation is of the wave, therefore this E0 represents the amplitude of the wave. Okay, therefore as we are well known that intensity of the wave, that is a sound wave or light wave is there, is directly proportional to square of its amplitude, and therefore the incident intensity is I0 is equal to modulus of E0 square. E0 is a amplitude there, therefore square of its amplitude, and we have taken the mod of this one, that is a I0. ये आपको याद रखना है, I0 is equal to E0 bracket square or E0 square. Now when these two waves meet at point P, the resultant electric field at point P is, तो इन दोनों की एडिशन होगी. Okay, therefore E is equal to E0 sine omega t plus E0 sine omega t plus phi. Okay, that is a addition there. Now if we use the formula sine A plus sine B is equal to 2 sine A plus B by 2 into cos A minus B by 2. If we are using this formula for this equation there, then we will get this, that is E is equal to 2 E0 cos phi by 2 into sine omega t plus phi upon 2 there. We are getting this equation. This is the equation of the resultant electric field at that point P, or we can able to say that this is the equation of the resultant wave due to interference at point P there. Now if, as we are well known that the equation of the wave is in this form there, E is equal to E0 sine omega t plus phi, in this way. Okay, that will be E1 or E2. Now if we compare this equation, the resultant equation, as like this one, the component 2E0 cos phi by 2, that will acts like amplitude there, and therefore we have written here the amplitude of the resultant wave is 2E0 cos phi by 2. This is amplitude of the resultant wave. Now The intensity at point P will be proportional to amplitude square. Therefore, 2E0 cos phi by 2 square there, and it will be equal to, if we take the square of this one, we are getting this value 4I0 cos square phi by 2. Now remember, here it is at this position E0 square. If we take the square here, we are getting E0 square, and E0 square is I0. That's why we are written here it is a I0. Therefore, I0 cos square phi by 2, that is the resultant intensity at point P. Now, this equation, from this equation, we can able to say that the resultant intensity, that is a variable factor for this one, it is cos square phi by 2. Okay, that means when this cos square phi by 2 is maximum, we are getting brightness. When this cos square phi by 2 have that is a minimum value, then we are getting the darkness there, and that part that we have to consider there. That means at the center of the bright fringe brightness है, तो आप लोगों को क्या करना चाहिए, क्या होना चाहिए, दिस cos square phi by 2 ये फैक्टर मैक्सिमम होना चाहिए. ओके, तो व्हेन दिस हैपन्स, ये cos का जो एंगल है वो कौन सा होना चाहिए, दैट इज phi इज इक्वल टू 0, 2 पाई, 4 पाई एंड सो ऑन. मीन्स यदि आप लोगों ने ये सब्स्टिट्यूट किया तो यहाँ पे क्या आता है, देखो, दैट इज 0 सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, cos 0 is equal to 1, therefore we are getting cos square phi by 2 cos square 0, that is 1 there. If we substitute 2 pi, then what happens, 2 pi upon 2 gets cancelled, we are getting cos square pi. Cos pi is equal to -1, if we take the square, again we are getting +1. That is the brightness at this particular point that we have to consider there. Means at the amplitude of the resultant wave is equal to 2E0. यदि ये वैल्यूज यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हो आप, तो हम लोगों को एम्पलीट्यूड मिलने वाला है, तो कितना मिल रहा है, 2E0, बिकॉज दिस फैक्टर बिकम्स 1, एंड हाउ मच इट इज, ट्वाइस द इंसिडेंट वेव एट पॉइंट P. जो इनिशियल वेव था उनका एम्पलीट्यूड कितना था, E0 था, तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे एम्पलीट्यूड डबल हो गए. Therefore, the resultant intensity becomes 4 times, that is a 4I0. जो भी इनिशियल इंटेंसिटी था उसका 4 times हो गया. ओके, नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस एट द डार्क फ्रिंजेस देयर. डार्क फ्रिंज पे क्या होने वाला है, क्या मैंने बताया था कि ये फैक्टर यहाँ पे मिनिमम होना चाहिए या 0 होना चाहिए. तो cos का वैल्यू 0 कब कब आता है, दैट इज cos pi by 2, cos 3 pi by 2, cos 5 pi by 2 एंड सो ऑन. ओके, एंड देयरफॉर यदि हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट किया फाई का वैल्यू पाई, 3 पाई, 5 पाई, 2 तो ऑलरेडी है यहाँ पे, तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे हम लोगों को ये cos का टर्म 0 हो जाएगा, और देयरफॉर रिजल्टेंट एम्पलीट्यूड, रिजल्टेंट इंटेंसिटी बोथ बिकम्स 0. दैट इज द एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ द रिजल्टेंट वेव, रिजल्टेंट इंटेंसिटी इज 0 देयर. तो यदि हम लोगों ने ऑब्जर्व किया तो इंटेंसिटी का वेरिएशन क्या कितना आ रहा है, देखो, बिटवीन द सेंटर ऑफ अ ब्राइट एंड सक्सेसिव डार्क फ्रिंज द इंटेंसिटी डिक्रीजेस फ्रॉम 4I0 to 0. Thus, the interference fringes are equally bright and equally spaced. To the last lecture, when we were discussing about that is a fringe width there, we have discussed about the equally spaced. Now, from these 2 points, what we are getting, they are equally bright also. That is the term that we have to remember there. अब देखो, यदि एम्पलीट्यूड सेम नहीं होती तो वहां पे हम लोगों ने एम्पलीट्यूड सेम ली थी, दैट इज द टू इंटरफेरिंग वेव्स आर हैविंग सेम एम्पलीट्यूड, दैट इज E0. नाउ इफ द एम्पलीट्यूड्स ऑफ द वेव्स कमिंग फ्रॉम S1 एंड S2 आर डिफरेंट, से सपोज दैट इज अ E10 एंड E20, ये दो वेव्स है, इनका एम्पलीट्यूड है, देन एट द सेंटर ऑफ द ब्राइट फ्रिंज कब होगा, व्हेन देयर इज एडिशन देयर, एम्पलीट्यूड विल बी E10 प्लस E20, ये इसका एम्पलीट्यूड होगा कहाँ पे, ब्राइट फ्रिंज पे, एंड उसका इंटेंसिटी विल बी modulus of E10 plus E20 square there. This is a intensity at the bright fringe, while at the center of the dark fringe amplitude will be, dark fringe है, इसका मतलब क्या होगा, amplitude will be, that is a subtraction, that is E10 minus E20, and intensity will be mod of E10 minus E20 bracket square, and as we have considered that they are not equal, therefore difference does not become 0, and that's why it is not 0. Okay, that we have to remember there. That means dark band is not completely dark, it is somewhat fade as compared to the bright. Okay, that means for wide slits, the waves reaching a given point on the screen from the different points on a slit differ in path lengths traveled and the intensity changes, resulting in blurred interference pattern with poor contrast. Okay, that means इसका रिजल्ट हम लोगों को क्या मिला, अलग अलग जगह से जो वेव्स आ रही है उनका फेज डिफरेंस अलग होता है. ओके, एट द सेम टाइम देयर इंटेंसिटी अलग अलग होता है, इसीलिए हम लोगों को इंटरफेरेंस जो पैटर्न मिलता है वो ब्लर्ड इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न है विद अ पुअर कॉन्ट्रास्ट ऐसे मिलता है. गॉट इट? नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, that is the third point from the theory of interference pattern, that is the conditions for steady interference pattern. Which are the different conditions that we have to consider there? First point is there, that is the two sources of light should be coherent. Okay, मैंने इसलिए dark किया है, that is a coherent. What do you mean by coherent sources there? That is the waves emitted by two coherent sources are always in a phase or have constant phase difference. That we have to remember there. Always in a phase, a constant phase difference between them at all times. If it happens, then it is called as a coherent sources. इसी को हम लोग ऐसे भी बोल सकते हो, that is the two sources are said to be coherent if they are having same frequency. Okay. Now अभी ये अलग अलग होता तो हम लोगों को क्या मिलता है, देखो, इफ द फेजेस एंड द फेज डिफरेंस वेरी विथ टाइम, द पोजीशंस ऑफ मैक्सिमा एंड मिनिमा विल आल्सो चेंज विथ टाइम एंड द इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न विल नॉट स्टेडी. ओके, हम लोग स्टेडी इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न नहीं मिलेगा. ओके, फॉर दिस रीजन इट इज नेसेसरी टू हैव टू कोहेरेंट सोर्सेस फॉर स्टेडी इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न. Okay, that you have to remember there. First condition is there, that is a coherent. Now next condition is that the two source of light must be monochromatic. Mono, that is a single, chromatic, that is a color. As we are well known that there are different colors of light, that is due to the different wavelengths. Okay, therefore monochromatic means single color, single wavelength there. तो अब देखो क्या है, as from the conditions for bright and dark fringe, the position of these fringes as well as the width of the fringes depends upon the wavelength of light. Okay, तो wavelength पे क्या क्या depend है, that is width as well as the position of the fringes. Okay, तो if polychromatic light is used, poly इसका मतलब different wavelength का, sun like a sunlight there. If a polychromatic light is used, the fringes of different colors are not coincident. सबका fringe pattern एक जगह पे coincident नहीं होता है, overlap नहीं होता है, and that's why what happens, the resultant pattern contains colored overlapping bands. Thus the interference pattern will not be clear and sharp. So two sources of light must be monochromatic, that is having same constant wavelength. That we have to remember there. That is the second point for condition is there, that is the two source of light must be monochromatic. Now look at the third one, the two interfering waves must have, that is a same amplitude. Okay, पहला पॉइंट था coherent, that is the same frequency या same phase. Second one, that is a monochromatic, that is the same wavelength. Now third one is a same amplitude. Only if the amplitudes are equal, the intensity of dark fringe, that is the destructive interference is 0, जैसे हम लोगों ने previous slide में देखा. Okay, is 0 and the contrast between the bright fringe and dark fringe will be maximum. तो हम लोगों को easily alternate dark and bright fringe easily observe हो जाएंगे, इसीलिए same amplitude चाहिए. Now the separation between the two slits must be small in comparison to the distance between the plane containing the slit and the observing screen. ओके ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है जो हम लोगों ने when we are discussing about the band expression for bandwidth, at that time we have considered this one, that is small d must be very small as compared to the capital D. This is a small d, distance between the two slits are there. Okay, that must be very small as compared to the capital D, that is distance between slit and the screen. This is necessary as only in this case the width of the fringes will be sufficiently large to be measurable and the fringes are well separated and can be clearly seen. ओके तो हम लोगों को फॉर्मूला मालूम है x इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा कैपिटल डी अपॉन स्मॉल डी. तो कैपिटल डी जितना बड़ा होगा और स्मॉल डी जितना छोटा होगा उतना विड्थ ज्यादा होने वाला है. ओके एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी आर गेटिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर कंडीशन देयर. नाउ नेक्स्ट कंडीशन, दैट इज द फिफ्थ पॉइंट, दैट इज द टू स्लिट्स शुड बी नैरो, दैट इज द स्लिट विड्थ. ये फ्रिंज विड्थ हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे डिस्कस की. नाउ स्लिट विड्थ मस्ट बी नैरो, दैट मीन्स दे मस्ट इमिट अ सिंगल रे ऑफ लाइट, सिंगल बीम ऑफ लाइट. If the slits are broad, the waves reaching a given point on the screen from different points on the slit differ in path length traveled and the intensity changes causing a blurring of the interference pattern. Means हम लोगों को blurred interference pattern मिलेगा, sharp interference pattern नहीं मिलेगा. And the last point is there that the two waves should be in the same state of polarization. Okay. तो इस साल सिलेबस कम करने की वजह से पोलराइजेशन पॉइंट हम लोगों ने डिस्कस नहीं किया. फिर भी आप लोग याद रखो पोलराइजेशन मींस जैसे इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव का इलेक्ट्रिक वेक्टर है, it is vibrating in all directions are there. If we are able to restrict that electric vector into a one confined plane, then it is called as a polarization. तो the two waves should be traveling same state of polarization. इसका मतलब क्या है? They must be traveling, they must be vibrating in a one particular plane. This is necessary only if the polarized light is used for the experiment. That you have to remember there. Okay, तो कौन सी कंडीशन हम लोगों ने 6 कंडीशंस है. That you have to remember only words that जो भी मैंने हाईलाइट किए वही वर्ड्स आप लोगों को याद रखना है. ओके दैट मीन्स पहला पॉइंट था कोहेरेंट, दूसरा पॉइंट था मोनोक्रोमेटिक, थर्ड वन दैट इज हैविंग सेम इंटेंसिटी देयर, फोर्थ वन दैट इज अ स्मॉल डी एंड कैपिटल डी या डिस्टेंस इज देयर, फिफ्थ वन दैट इज द टू सोर्स ऑफ लाइट मस्ट बी नैरो एंड लास्ट वन दैट इज दे मस्ट बी इन अ सेम स्टेट ऑफ polarization. These are the 6 conditions to get the steady interference pattern. Now we have to discuss about that is a methods for obtaining coherent sources. Because यदि coherent sources नहीं है तो हम लोगों को interference pattern नहीं मिलता है. Now which are the different ways or methods to obtain the coherent sources? Now first one already we have discussed there, that is Young's double slit experiment जो हम लोगों ने already discuss किया है. In that one how we are able to get the coherent sources are there. Two coherent sources are obtained by making the light from a single source pass through two narrow slits. Okay, that we are well known, we have studied about this term. Now another point is there, that is second method, that is the Lloyd's method, Lloyd's mirror there. Now look at the diagram. The light from the source is made to fall at a grazing angle on a plane mirror as shown in the figure. Now Lloyd's mirror, this is a mirror there, this is a real source. When light is incident on this mirror, at that time it is reflected in this way. Now if we extend the reflected part, then what happens? Every point or every reflected ray that is interact, or we can able to say that they combines at a one particular point, and that is acting as like a virtual source. This is a real source and this is a virtual source there, and that's why the image of the real source we are getting, and these two are having same phase. Okay, the reflected light appears to come from the virtual source and so we get two coherent sources there. तो एक ये इंसिडेंट लाइट हो गया, यहां से आके ये रिफ्लेक्ट हो गया, तो यहाँ पे इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न होगा, लेकिन ये रिफ्लेक्टेड कहां से आ रहा है ऐसे लग रहा है, वी आर गेटिंग दैट इज फ्रॉम द वर्चुअल सोर्स एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी आर गेटिंग दैट इज अ two coherent sources. One is a real, one is virtual, that is with the help of a mirror there. Okay, that interfere and the interference pattern is obtained on as shown in the figure there. This is a second method, that is a Lloyd's method there. Detail of this topic is not for this our syllabus there. Now next point that we are here, that is Fresnel's biprism. Okay, before discussing about this working there, first consider that what do you mean by biprism there. तो note consider करो, देखो भी, a biprism is a prism with vertex angle of nearly 180 degree or 179 degree there. Vertex angle means this angle there. Okay, this is a biprism. Now triangular part, this is a biprism there, and this angle, that is approximately 179 to 180 डिग्री देयर. नाउ यदि हम लोग इसको दो पार्ट्स में कंसिडर करते हैं तो ये अपर ट्रायंगुलर वन प्रिज्म एंड लोअर ट्रायंगुलर अनदर प्रिज्म, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज अ बाई प्रिज्म देयर. दो प्रिज्म का कॉम्बिनेशन है. नाउ इट कैन बी कंसिडर्ड टू बी मेड अप ऑफ टू प्रिज्म्स विद अ वेरी स्मॉल रिफ्रैक्टिंग एंगल. अब रिफ्रैक्टिंग एंगल मींस यहाँ का रिफ्रैक्टिंग एंगल एंड यहाँ का रिफ्रैक्टिंग एंगल. तो ये रिफ्रैक्टिंग एंगल कितना है, इट इज अ वेरी स्मॉल एज कंपेयर टू 30 मिनट्स, that is not a degree, 30 minutes, that means 0.5 degree to 1 degree there. means ये 0.5 डिग्री और ये 0.5 डिग्री, मतलब क्या हुआ, दोनों मिलकर 1 डिग्री हुआ, और ये 179 means total addition of this triangle that becomes, that is a 180 degree. That part that you have to remember there, that is a construction of this Fresnel biprism there. तो अब देखो वर्किंग क्या होता है. This is the slit there. In experimental arrangement, the refracting edge of this biprism, ये refracting edge है, parallel, is kept parallel to the length of the slit. ये slit हो गया. Now monochromatic light from the source is made to pass through this narrow slit S and fall on the biprism as shown in the figure. तो ये slit यहाँ से ऐसे light emit करेगा, and when this light is incident on this prism, at that time upper triangular part of this biprism that will produce, that is a one image, that is S1, and the lower triangular part that is generating, that is another image, that is S2. And therefore what happens here, it is two images, that is the virtual images of this S, that is S1 and S2. These two virtual images are generated there, and it is observed that, or it is consider that the waves coming from S1 and S2, they interfere with each other, and we are getting, that is a interference pattern in this shaded region there, superposition region, or that is a interference pattern at this position there. Here we are getting the interference pattern, and that can be observed on this screen. Okay, by using the same formula, that is a W is equal to lambda capital D upon small d there, we can able to calculate the fringe width, or that is a, we can able to calculate the wavelength of the monochromatic light also, यदि ये fringe width हम लोगों को मालूम है तो. Okay, that is the Fresnel biprism. That means these are the three ways to generate the coherent sources that we have to remember. Now of this, a theory of interference band, that is a fifth point, that is considered as a path length. Now that we have to consider there. अब देखो path length calculate करने के लिए, the phase of the light wave having angular frequency omega and wave vector k traveling along the x direction in vacuum is given by kx minus omega t. This is nothing but the phase angle, and that is given in this way, that is kx minus omega t. That you have to remember there. For each and every wave having frequency omega and wave vector k, we are getting the same terms are there. Okay, तो equation क्या बनेगा देखो, if the light wave travels a distance delta x in vacuum, यदि ये लाइट वेव डेल्टा एक्स डिस्टेंस वैक्यूम में ट्रेवल करता है, देन फेज चेंजेस बाय, जो फेज एंगल था वो कितना चेंज होगा, दैट इज अ डेल्टा फाई is equal to k times delta x, where k is nothing but the angular frequency upon c. C is nothing but the speed of light waves in vacuum into delta x. ये हम लोगों को delta phi is equal to omega upon c into delta x, that is equation 1 there. This is phase angle of the light waves in vacuum, where k is omega upon c, that term that you have to remember there. Now suppose it is that light, if the light waves are there, they are traveling in a medium having a refractive index n. यदि ये light waves refractive index n इतने medium में travel होती है, okay, then phase difference generated will be whatever the phase difference there. Suppose that is delta phi dash, same formula we are using there, that is equal to k dash into delta x dash. Now k dash, what is it, that is a omega upon c, that is here omega upon v. This is c is velocity of light in vacuum, where v is velocity of light in a speed of the wave in a medium. That's why we are getting that is a v, that we have to remember there. And this is equation 2. This is a phase angle in vacuum, this is the phase angle in medium. These are the terms that we have to consider there. Now as n is equal to c upon v, that is v is equal to c upon n, therefore equation 2 becomes, यदि ये वैल्यू हम लोग v का यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं, अभी ये v का फॉर्मूला यहाँ से कैसे आया, देखो c upon n. In 11th standard we have discussed about the definition of refractive index in terms of a velocity, that is refractive index is nothing but the ratio of velocity of light in vacuum to the velocity of light in a medium. ये definition हम लोगों ने discuss किया है, okay. Therefore we are getting v is equal to c upon n. तो equation 2 में substitute करो, equation 2 ये है, देखो delta phi dash is equal to omega upon v into delta x dash, okay, that is equal to v के जगह पे c अपॉन n सब्स्टिट्यूट किया हम लोगों ने. तो ये इक्वेशन यदि सिंप्लीफाई किया तो हम लोगों को क्या मिलने वाला है, डेल्टा फाई डैश इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा n अपॉन c इंटू डेल्टा x डैश, दैट इज अ इक्वेशन 3 देयर, दैट वी हैव कंसीडर्ड देयर. ठीक है ना. तो अब सपोज डेल्टा फाई इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा फाई डैश, यदि ये फेज चेंज यदि सेम है, दैट इज फेज चेंज इन बोथ मीडियम इज सेम, बोथ मीन्स व्हिच आर दिस, वैक्यूम एंड मीडियम. यदि ये सेम है तो हम लोगों को लेफ्ट हैंड साइड सेम मिलेगा, तो राइट हैंड साइड भी सेम मिलेगा. तो हम लोगों को क्या चेंज मिल रहा है, देखो, दैट इज डेल्टा फाई इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा अपॉन सी इंटू डेल्टा एक्स इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा फाई डैश इज ओमेगा एन अपॉन सी इंटू डेल्टा एक्स डैश. देयरफॉर delta x is equal to n into delta x dash, this c term gets cancelled, omega gets cancelled, we are getting this equation, delta x is equal to n into delta x dash. Thus a path length of delta x dash in a medium of refractive index n is equivalent to a path length of n into delta x dash in a vacuum, okay, that term you have to remember there. इतना वैक्यूम में पाथ लेंथ होगा यदि डेल्टा एक्स डैश ए मीडियम में होगा तो. Here n into delta x dash is called as a optical path traveled by the wave, okay, this is a optical path traveled by the wave. कितना है, n into delta x, that you have to consider there, that you have to remember. अब ये n into delta x बात याद रखो. नाउ thus यदि हम लोग ऑप्टिकल पाथ इन अ मीडियम इज इफेक्टिव पाथ ट्रेवल्ड बाय द लाइट इन वैक्यूम टू जनरेट द सेम फेज डिफरेंस एज इन द गिवन मीडियम. तो जैसे हम लोगों ने फेज डिफरेंस सेम कंसिडर किया था, यदि सेम फेज डिफरेंस कंसिडर करते तो ऑप्टिकल पाथ क्या रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है? ऑप्टिकल पाथ इन अ मीडियम इज द इफेक्टिव पाथ ट्रेवल्ड बाय द लाइट इन वैक्यूम. Okay, that means in vacuum the optical path is equal to the actual path. Vacuum में क्या होता है? Optical path is equal to actual path traveled because refractive index of the vacuum that becomes 1. अब ऑप्टिकल पाथ का दूसरा डेफिनेशन हम लोग ऐसे भी कंसिडर कर सकते हैं. द ऑप्टिकल पाथ इन अ मीडियम इज डिफाइंड एज द करस्पॉन्डिंग पाथ इन वैक्यूम दैट the light travels in the same time as takes in the given medium. तो यदि हम लोगों ने टाइम सेम कंसिडर किया, यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने सेम फेज डिफरेंस कंसिडर किया था, तो यदि टाइम सेम कंसिडर करते तभी भी जो डिस्टेंस है ट्रैवल किया है उसी को हम लोग ऑप्टिकल पाथ कंसिडर करते हैं. ठीक है, तो सपोज a light wave travels a distance d in a medium of refractive index n, then it will travel a distance of n into d in a vacuum. तो वैक्यूम में वो ज्यादा डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करेगा. कितने टाइम्स? दैट इज अ रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स टाइम्स, दैट इज अ डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल इन द मीडियम n into d. तो ये पाथ डिफरेंस ऑफ द वेव इन वैक्यूम व्हेन इट इज इन द मीडियम इज, दोनों का जो पाथ डिफरेंस है, डिस्टेंस का डिफरेंस जो है वो हम लोगों ने लिया, दैट इज अ पाथ डिफरेंस, इज इक्वल टू एन डी वैक्यूम का डिस्टेंस और डी मीडियम का डिस्टेंस, दोनों का डिफरेंस, तो डी इंटू एन माइनस वन, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ पाथ डिफरेंस, डी इंटू एन माइनस वन. तो फेज डिफरेंस दैट इज एंगल का डिफरेंस था, उससे हम लोगों ने पाथ डिफरेंस निकाला, डिस्टेंस का डिफरेंस निकाला. ठीक है. Now, if we introduce a transparent plate of thickness T and a refractive index N in front of slit S1, then the optical path traveled by the wave along S1P is higher than that traveled by the wave along S1P in absence of the plate by N minus 1 into T. Okay, इतने टाइम से या इतने डिस्टेंस से वो हायर होगा. तो thus the optical path length of the rays reaching the midpoint O dash will not be equal. जो डायग्राम था थ्योरी ऑफ इंटरफेरेंस बैंड में O डैश पे हम लोगों को सेंट्रल ब्राइट बैंड मिला था, तो यहाँ पे वो सेंट्रल ब्राइट बैंड नहीं मिलने वाला है, दैट इज गिवन हियर. सो द ब्राइट will be not be from the at O dash but will occur at different point on the screen. Hence whole interference pattern will shift in one direction. एक डायरेक्शन में शिफ्ट होगा क्योंकि लाइट का रिफ्रैक्शन अलग डायरेक्शन में हुआ था. ओके, एंड ड्यू टू दैट वन व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस देयर? द शिफ्ट, जो पाथ डिफरेंस, इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न जो शिफ्ट हुआ पाथ डिफरेंस की वजह से, तो the shift in the interference pattern x0 is given by, that is x0 is equal to capital D upon small d into n minus 1 into t, where t is nothing but the thickness of the transparent plate. Okay, ये टर्म हम लोगों को कंसिडर करना है, where n is nothing but the refractive index of the transparent plate there. Now from this equation what we are considering there? There is a no change in fringe width due to introduction of the plate. At the same time in this case the pattern shifts on the side of the slit S1. जिस डायरेक्शन में हम लोगों ने, जिस पाथ में हम लोगों ने प्लेट, ट्रांसपेरेंट प्लेट रखा है, उसी की वजह से उसी डायरेक्शन में हम लोगों का इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न शिफ्ट होगा. तो आज टोटली हम लोगों ने कौन से पॉइंट्स डिस्कस किए उनका थोड़ा जस्ट रिवीजन. थ्योरी ऑफ इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न में हम लोगों ने पहले डिस्कस किया था एक्सप्रेशन फॉर बैंडविड्थ और फ्रिंज विड्थ देयर. ओके, उसमें हम लोगों ने इक्वेशन मिला था W इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा कैपिटल D अपॉन स्मॉल d. बाय यूजिंग दिस फॉर्मूला वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड द फ्रिंज विड्थ. ओके, सेकेंड पॉइंट हम लोगों ने आज डिस्कस किया, दैट इज इंटेंसिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इन इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न. ठीक है. नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट जो आज डिस्कस किया हम लोग कंडीशंस फॉर स्टेडी इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न, जो 6 कंडीशंस हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किए वो आप लोगों को याद रखना है. विच आर दी 6 कंडीशंस आर देयर? विच आर दी 6 कंडीशंस? फर्स्ट वन, coherent sources. Second, monochromatic, that is they are equally bright. The distance between small d and capital D, इसका कंडीशन आपको याद रखना है. ओके, आफ्टर दैट वन वी हैव डिस्कस अबाउट दैट इज अ पोलराइजेशन का इन सेम स्टेट ऑफ पोलराइजेशन. ओके, दीज आर द सम कंडीशंस फॉर स्टेडी इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न. तो ये साथ में होना चाहिए ना. नेक्स्ट वन, we are discussed about the methods for obtaining the coherent sources. There are 3 methods that we have considered there, that is Young's double slit experiments, Lloyd mirror and biprism experiment. Okay, Fresnel biprism experiment there. These are the 3 methods to obtain the coherent sources. And the last point today we have discussed there, that is a path length. Means what happens when we introduce any transparent plate in the path of the interfering waves. तो इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न शिफ्ट होता है, कितना शिफ्ट होता है वो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे पाथ लेंथ के पॉइंट में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया है. ठीक है, तो दी पॉइंट्स दैट वी हैव कंसीडर्ड देयर. थैंक यू.